Hi, Greg Watson here from Watson Real Estate. The Real Estate Institute figures for January have been released. We'll have those in a moment, but have you seen our resources page on the Watson realestate.nz website? Loads of stuff there. My favourite is the blogs, followed by the radio show, but there's also a whole lot of free resources there under the downloads section. So the Real Estate Institute of New Zealand has just released the monthly report, and let's jump in and have a look at the shortened version that I've created for you. I'd like to mainly just focus on Manawatu Wanganui where possible. Bindi Norwell, the CEO of the Real Estate Institute of New Zealand, has made mention that prices for New Zealand, excluding Auckland, so the regions in other words, have increased by 10.1% since this time, or since January I should say, last year. So even the Auckland price is up, or the national median price is up 5.8%. 5 regions experienced record median prices. Manawatu Wanganui, the median price up an incredible 21.7% compared to the same time last year. Every $100,000 you had in a property, going by those median figures, you'd have 21,000 or almost 22,000 more now for every 100,000. That's really quite incredible. Let's have a look at these median price changes. And it's fairly noticeable that the regions have been going really well. This tends to happen as your larger centres become unaffordable or less affordable, and the regions that have been flat now, leading up until around the end of 2015, have been booming. So the R's represent records. Waikato, not surprising considering its proximity to Auckland. Manawatu Wanganui going along really well, continuing years of positive migration into the area, and there's still plenty more to come. Canterbury down slightly, but most other areas are up. That was our beautiful receptionist, Ashley, just sending a message through our intercoms. You have to excuse that. Moving to seasonally adjusted sales volumes. This means how many properties are selling compared to last year. So compared to last year, we're down 8.5% in Manawatu Wanganui. Less houses selling, and that tends to be a correlation with the prices going up, which you can see there on the seasonally adjusted median price. Even since December, up 10%, but you're better to look at the annual figures. Bit of a summary by Bindi Norwell. She says, overall, the region remains buoyant with good levels of buyer inquiry, though the number of sold properties could be higher as stock levels are still low. So in other words, if there are properties out there, they'll sell. That's not a problem. It's just whether people are selling or not. New listings fell 10.5% compared to January last year, and the total number of properties for sale was down by 22%. So it makes it much harder for real estate agents to be able to meet the high levels of demand for housing. And that's why if you have been looking at properties recently, putting offers, you may be in multiple offer situations. Currently, she says, the market looks very similar to what it did during most of 2008, and we expect this to continue moving forwards. So there are some of those figures here. Sales count down, median price up, days to sell decreased 4 days. Homes that sell faster generally sell for a higher price as well. That's just a little correlation there too. The current days to sell is 38, much less than the 10-year average for January, which is 50. The level of inventory available for sale is currently at 10 weeks, which is 2 weeks less than January. So that's a considerable amount less homes to choose from. Palmerston North City, median price January 19, 406,500 compared to January 18, 365,000. So it's just some variances there. Palmerston North City, if we look at the median price compared to January 18, they've gone up 11.4%. You can see that in a trend here. This is the median price over the last 5 years. So certainly in that last year, it's really been given a boost. Sales volumes have stayed reasonably stable now for a couple of years. Just has its little ups and downs if you look at the dark blue line there. Finally, days to sell coming down, which means higher prices and as a reflection on strong demand. So I hope you've enjoyed watching the report for January. Any thoughts or comments? I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching.